Gaming fans, I am Kuchuri and welcome to today's Link to the Past Daily Randomizer Race. Today we are doing Boots, Fast Ganon. We need 4 crystals to get into Fast Ganon and take care of him. So hopefully this will be a nice fast Friday for us. We have GFE, Sokol, Gamachu, and DJ Darkwing D as our restream runners with 4 off stream. Joining me today, me and DM. How you doing today, buddy?
I am doing well, Kuchiri. How about yourself? It looks like we're going to have a great race this evening.
Oh yeah, nope, good races. Game Chu, one of the top runners out there. DJ has been doing a lot of dailies lately. GFE has been around the racing scene forever as well. Sokol is up there too. So we should have a fun race. As stated before, 4 crystals will open up GT and will also allow you to damage Ganon during phase 4. It is fast Ganon, so we hopefully won't have to see GT. But as long as our runners gets enough items to have Master Sword, a Fire Swords, and 4 crystals, that's all they need today.
And that's always going to be the trick. Where are you going to find your fire source? Where are your swords going to come from? And where are the progression items you need to clear 4 crystals? Not 7,
Yeah.
and hopefully not GT at all.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I mean, this is going to be one of those things where you have to decide, well, what will be faster? Which 4 crystals will be faster? We'll see probably very drastic route decisions from these runners, depending on what's open to them. So it should be very interesting, very quick, very fun.
The alternative, of course, is probably getting a really straight line progression that's going to feed our runners from one dungeon to the next. We'll just have to see. It's rando. That's what it's going to be.
Rando's going rando. That's true. Those C's will go straight down to execution then. Also, if you clear your 4 crystals early, what kind of safety do you need for Ganon? Like, if you get 4 crystals while you still have 5 hearts, is that something you want to do? 5 heart Ganon, Grimal, It's up to these runners to decide when they can beat the game, honestly.
5-heart green male Ganon would not be my choice. And it looks like we're going to be off here any second.
So we're about 40 seconds behind the racers at all times, just because of restream stuff. So about 30 seconds from now, we'll see them run off into Link's house and Sanctuary. We'll probably see Game Chew do the Shirashula check and maybe at least 2 other runners. Shirashula has been coming the big meta play during all these boot seeds that have been coming out because SG Live 2020 is actually open boots for all of the tournament.
And we've been getting quite a few of those qualifiers in. There is another one this evening after this race.
So keep an eye on that. The qualifiers have been really great to watch. And we get bombs in Link's house. So that's some nice early bombs, arrows, and we have 3 crystals in Light World with a 5/6 crystal on Desert. All right. Looks like Gamachu is doing the Shirashula strat, while Sokol and Darkwing is doing Uncle strat. And GFE, because we have boots, this is now a Spear 0 check here. That's Bonk Rocks for 1 free item. That's the Moon Pearl. Okay.
That is the Moon Pearl.
So with the boots, we don't need the bomb to check the back of Shirashula's closet back here for the 100 rupees, 10 arrows, and more bombs. Looks like we also have rupees on Uncle Chess. And that Bunk Rock right outside Fortune Tellers is always a guaranteed bomb.
And it looked like ether in the Uncle's Tunnel chest.
Ether is pretty good magic once we get a sword. Sokol almost forgot the chest. I was thinking Sokol was going to Hula Hand, but decided, hey, I have the money for it. I don't need Hula Hand now. And it looks like there's nothing in Lost Woods or Thieves' Hideout. You get yourself an extra heart container, but that's about it.
Yep, it looks like we're going to get a pretty standard early game play here of everybody kind of congregating down in Kakariko Village.
That plethora of items. You can easily get your first weapons here. You know, movement progression like the flute. Good stuff. I think that was a heart container on Aga.
Either a heart container or a heart piece.
Either way, that's one heart that's being left behind. Like some poor dude at prom. I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, blindside hut now. 5 items up for grabs. Piece of heart. Small shield. Big heart. And 20 rupees with 1 item in the back. Ooh! That's a hook shot there. We're going boing all over the place
shot
now.
there.
So what are you hoping for right now to get the hook shot? Are you hoping for more like the glove, or like what do you want to do with that hook shot? Bow to clear Eastern faster?
Yeah, bow would be nice. Honestly, you get the glove, take it up the mountain, you know, that next most dense play, if you can make it.
Nothing but rupees in the well, unfortunately.
It's at least enough to let you check the bottle vendor.
Yeah, Kakariko's not showing up great here. We only have a few checks left for our runners. Good thing GFE still has 50 rupees for, you know, to buy bombs.
Which is probably what he's going to do right now.
Yeah. We still have Chicken Hut that we can check with 1 bomb, and Race Game needs a bomb too.
He can bonk the race game wall with boots.
Oh, that's true. Sorry. It's weird how some things are considered like bomb walls and how some things are considered dash walls.
Yeah, and that's one of those dash walls that I forget about sometimes in the heat of actually racing.
Because it's the same like sprite as the Chicken Hut wall, but you can't dash the Chicken Hut wall. DJ's doing the bomb refill hut right now. Free bombs, very nice. Keeping the money up just in case Zora comes to play later on.
And it was just a 20 in the library.
Looks like GFE is checking out Race Game without scouting out first.
With how light Kakariko's been, it's not the most terrible play in the world. I'd make it myself.
Ooh, yeah. Nice rupee hoard here.
Get you 3/5 of the way to Zora.
Yeah, and with the other rupee hoard and the 100 rupees we found, we're basically set for rupees for the rest of the game now. So we still have a Bomb Hyrule Dungeon we can do. We have South Shore, Agina, and a few checks in Eastern up for grabs right now.
And with the Moon Pearl already, you would think you're probably going to get a glove or two and or a glove and a hammer. Since we have no sword at all.
We have no sword, no cape, no lamp yet. So this doesn't look like an early Aga scene. Of course, you know,
that could change. You know, we could go down to Mini Moldorm Cave and find all 3 lamp, cape, and a sword.
Yeah, I was about ready to say that. Mini Moldorm Cave could be Aga Tower Ticket Cave.
Well, we'll discover the logic soon enough, since Gamma's going to check it for us.
But the hook shot makes things nice and easy because, you know, Mini Moldorms died to 1 hit from the hook shot. Grabs a couple rupees, so Gets closer to that 500. Here's our bow. And the power glove, okay. And the fire rod. Ooh. Sorry, my screen just froze. But with the fire rod and the bow, with V37, Armos is in logic with those 2 items.
Yes, it is. That also gives you logical access to the Dark Cross chest if we find the key somewhere.
But that
Or
was...
maybe even if we don't.
Yeah, no, that was a really hype cave there. DJ messing up on the hook shot to Dam chest. It's a lot nicer when you can get both these checks without having to come in and out of the dam. Fortunately, that didn't happen. Ooh, Blue Cane and Ice Arcade. I don't know if you've been paying attention to GFE or if any of our trackers had, but I don't know if they found anything yet in Hyrule Dungeon.
I saw a 50 rupees in the chest that I noticed him open. It looks like we've got the other glove in the submerged area of the dam.
Alright, so early mints, that Moon Pearl, that's Dark World access. That's something really nice because, you know, mints also open up 2 other dungeons that could be crystals for us.
And we've got Gamachu showing off the water walk. Looks like he's going to go ahead and take that all the way up to Zora with the money he's farmed up. With just a piece of heart on the Zora ledge, and we will see what the King of the Zoras has for us today.
If you've been watching the qualifiers, Zora has been paying out big for runners and does so today as well.
Yeah, he has paid out with the Ocarina, aka the flute.
So now, with a flute, we have Logical Death Mountain. We can now run to East Death Mountain. We can check everything in East Death Mountain now. That's actually really good. We still can't get to Hera yet. No hammer, no mirror. But that is pretty big.
Now, I will point out that Gamachu specifically has foregone the dam area and is thus missing the second glove. If he goes up the mountain right now, he's going to be leaving the Dark Mountain checks behind.
Oh, that's rough. So one of the new strategies that's been going on has been the whole you do Mini Moldorm Ice Rock Cave in one route, and then Dam and again in other route.
And it makes a lot of sense if you want to be thorough and do them both without, you know, orphaning a location on one end or the other. But if you only check one side of it and something like this happens, then you pay for it.
Yeah, but Game & Choose hopefully will eventually get back to the dam because, you know...
Oh, undoubtedly. Not having the second glove will lock him out of enough things that he'll get back there pretty quickly.
I mean, if we find flippers and hammer, Game & Chew might go ahead and check Swamp House and will be rewarded with the mitts while doing so. So, depends if Swamp is a pendant or a crystal this scene.
Well, it's also possible with a 3 crystal light world that he won't need that glove.
That's also true as well. I mean, we find hammer and the mirror and the lamp technically and 2 swords. We could actually be in go mode if pod is a crystal. But this is what we try to do here on Speed Gaming on Fridays. Yeah, we do a lot of speed runs here, but we try to do them even faster with Fast Friday. So I want everyone to salute to that while you salute right now.
That looked like a bottle on the Lake Hylia island that Soul Cold just ran by. Gamma might have run by that already, but I missed it on his screen.
Find the mirror, that's Sick Kid. We can check.
DJ Darkwing with a shovel in Eastern. It's one of those one-off checks that you'd really like to pair off with maybe a, western southish Dark World route, but it doesn't always work out that way.
All right, so Eastern Palace looks like it is going to be locked by Lamp, because it looks like the Vanilla Big Key is in the Vanilla Big Key chest.
Unfortunate, but I don't know that that's going to stop a single one of our runners today.
No, Eastern Dark Rooms are the easiest Dark Rooms to get through.
The bigger trick is taking the damage boost through these fake anti-fairies, and I say fake anti-fairies because you can't powder them.
According to our tracker, Sokol got Samaria, the cane. We don't know where unless the tracker saw it. Agina with the cane, okay. That will make, actually, like, if Ice Palace is a crystal, that'll make Ice Palace like a free crystal for our runners with the cane. Doing one of the hot new techs that's came out in the last month, or actually been like 3 or 4 months now. Recent. It also looks like there was nothing in Eastern progression-wise. Because we have Heart Container, Bombs, and the Shovel.
Well, we do still have that shovel outstanding, but the boss kill's just going to result in the crystal.
Yep.
Meanwhile, it looks like Sokol and GFE are about to go give us a couple of more flute activations. Be curious to see where they go next.
I mean, Sokol might be able to go ahead and clear out Meyer. It will suck with 6-heart Greemail, but hey, it's a clearable dungeon if Meyer is Ether.
Not a play that I would try, but I wouldn't put it past any of these players.
I mean, you also will have to do the Meyer Dark Rooms with 5-heart green or 6-heart Greemail. Don't want to do that ever. And it looks like, ooh, Ice Palace and Swamp are Pendants, Thieves Town, Skullwoods, Meyer, and Potter are other crystals. So, basically this is telling us the myths were not required, per se. And we can clear, whatchamacallit, we can clear Thieves Town. Sokol has not cleared TR yet.
He has both Samaria and Burna, so blind should be relatively straightforward. Samaria blind's actually kind of fun, I think.
Oh yeah. There's block placement. But we forgot to congratulate DJ for the first boss kill. Game & Choose going to follow up with their first boss kill. We're now 25% of the way to Ganon.
And it appears that Sokol is going to go ahead and at least dip the front of Thieves Town. Already down to 2 hearts, so it's rather dangerous for him on Greenmail.
I mean, a Death Warp will just be a free health refill here.
Ooh, the small key in the front and no hammer yet.
You hate to see that, because the chance of orphaning an item. But there's still a chance that, you find an item that puts you into go mode with another crystal dungeon or something. If there is something in that chest down there.
It's entirely possible, and it's not something that'll prevent him from completing the dungeon if he wants to.
Looks like Sokol is taking the Death Warp. Gamma did go back for their mitts. It looks like Gamma's now going to do all the Death Mountain checks. So this is going to be a whole bunch. There's 2 on Death Mountain from the Old Man and Spectral Rock, 8 in East Death Mountain in the Light World, plus 6 in Dark East Death Mountain that we can grab. So that's overall 16 items right now, with the first one being silvers.
Tough to complain about that, especially given that we still have no sword at 17.5 minutes in. We may well be looking at a Master Sword fight for Ganon.
Which is something, these runners should still be able to do. Ooh, Sokol dug up a sword. I don't know how many digs that was, but I think Sokol's now going to go back to pay a blind person a visit.
I did not see what happened to Darkwing there. Was that a Death Warp? Looks like it might have been. He was in Skullwoods.
Yeah, Darkwing got all the way to the end of Skullwoods, realized you need a sword to beat it still. Oh, second sword in Paradox Cave. So between Dig Game and Paradox, there's our Master Sword.
And other than that, it was a heart and 3 heart pieces. A little more safety.
Well, we find Hammer. We're in go mode. Or Mirror. Mirror also works too for go mode.
If Mirror works, does Book also work?
Yes, Book also works.
Crystal layout here.
Yeah, Book also works. Basically, with Hammer, we can clear... Actually... Yeah, with Hammer, we can clear Pod. With Book or Mirror, we can clear Desert Palace. Right now, we can clear Skullwoods and Thieves Town. With the Eastern, we've already cleared.
In other words, our runners have options. We'll see which ones they avail themselves of.
This is why I like reduced crystals. I mean, a lot of runners don't tend to like it as much, but I just love the diversity that we can have with reduced crystals.
It does allow the runners to put their own spin on the seed, so to speak. Also, while we were chatting about the possibilities including the hammer, Sokol picked up half magic in the attic of Thieves Town.
Really nice find. That might push Sokol over to Ice Palace. We can Icebreaker Ice Palace. You have half magic, so Fire Rod can, break open the shell of Cold Stare. I don't think we have any potions, unfortunately, but that might still hold him off, needing some safeties.
It could also significantly ease a potential Mothula kill.
Same as well.
We've got Gamma showing us Hookshot Cave here.
Yeah, we haven't seen that much extra here in East Death Mountain other than the sword. But we are getting a lot of heart pieces and hearts. So Game and Choose now up to 10.
And we're getting a combination Burna and Sword fight on blind here from Sokol. With half
It
magic,
works.
nothing to worry about at all.
It works. Yeah, Game of Choose about where you get a double dungeon here with both Skullwoods and Thieves Town.
So what do you think? With the right loadout, do you take the eastern clear that you already have, clear both Thieves Town and Skullwoods, and then go sequence break Flipper? Oh, no, Ice Palace is a pendant. Sequence breaking there is not going to help.
Oh yeah, that's right. I completely forgot. Sorry. It's a Friday. I've been doing a few too many commentaries.
I thought it was a great idea until I double-checked what the actual reward was for the dungeon. I probably would have made the play, walked in, heard the music, and thought, uh-oh. So instead, I guess the question becomes, what is the medallion needed for Mire? That would be an option with the equipment that most of the runners have. GFE would still need to pick the second glove up. Or where is the hammer to get us into either Tower of Hera or Clear Helmasaur in the Palace of Darkness?
I think Pod will be the ideal final dungeon because you could just run right out of Pod and then run left to the pyramid to fight Ganon. And Hive Cave is just a bust.
That's unfortunate, but it seems to happen more and more often these days. You walk in, pick up maybe one good item, a couple of nice safeties if you're lucky, and that's about it. And then there are the times that it still lives up to its name and you say, I remember why we call it this.
Yeah, what was it, like V12 or something? Almost because of just how progression was written, logic was written, there was almost always an item there or something.
I want to say it was V17, but that's just me having vague memories of watching the 2017 tournament well after it happened.
Game of 2 takes a death, but has a fairy, doesn't care. We'll get revived. And DJ gets half magic. And Game of 2 finishes Moth. We'll see if Moth has anything good up here. Oh, you never like seeing the big key.
Well, when you don't have the mirror, you're going to have to walk back out anyway unless you want to save and quit. So, since he hasn't done Thieves Town yet, it's probably on his way. Darkwing with a little game knowledge there, picking up the heart in that bottom left pot in the conveyor room in Thieves Town. Since he was down to a whole half a heart, it's kind of nice to have.
Alright, nothing in the back of Skull, and Game of 2 is just noping out completely. That's strange. I'm not quite sure about that play, because I don't think Game of 2 checked the front. I'm pretty sure he did.
I think he might be taking his mitts and boots over to King's Tomb. So we'll get a new check, and Sokol is going to be our fourth runner to go through Eastern Palace now. He had put it off for quite some time.
Well, so Gamma now going to go back into Dark World. Does he go back up Skull Woods and finish it? I hope so. Oh, okay.
Well, looks like he's going to head south into the Village of Outcasts. Which is fine. If he continues south to Dig Game, he'll pick up his second sword, and then he'll be wondering, where is that last item or two that I need to finish up?
Yeah. I mean, finding the hammer would be great because then you could just make Pod your final dungeon and just run straight from Pod to Pyramid.
Yep, I guess the alternative at this point is either getting the mirror to get you into Hera or Desert.
No, people have the hookshot. Hera might be a faster dungeon thanks to the Hera Pod. Oh, there's our ice rod. I can guarantee you we are not seeing TR this seed at all, for any reason.
No, I expect that DJ was hoping to find just about anything else there.
Oh, there's our flippers in Meyer Shed. So that didn't really unlock anything. No one checked the man under the bridge, did they?
I do not believe so. Other than that, we would still need the mirror to make Swamp useful to us, but that's also a pendant, so who wants to go there?
Plus, we can't even get that far into Swamp without the hammer.
Mm-hmm. I've seen hammer in that first chest before. It is a thing that can happen.
It makes me very sad.
It's not the most fun feeling in the world, because unless you just have this wild inkling that, oh, I'm running right by, maybe I should check this right now, you're gonna last location it every time. GFE's making his way into the back half of Skullwoods now. Maybe he'll find whatever Gamachu left, or maybe show us that Gamachu found both items and we missed it.
No, Gamachu skipped Skullwoods 1. Gamachu went straight into Skullwoods 2 like GFE's doing, and then went into the back of Skullwoods.
GFE waiting to be ceiling mastered there. With no mirror, it is nominally faster than having to push the statue back out of the way, since you're going to have to screen transition one way or the other.
So it cools down on the Armos fight as GFE goes into the back of Skullwoods.
And Darkwing is rescuing the old man and is about to get his silvers in about 5 seconds. Provided the dead rocks cooperate, which is never a sure thing.
DJ is also going to be the first one to Master Sword here soon. If DJ goes straight right, Gamachu might get as well close behind. Now we might also have to dip Pod for hammer too. That's a thing.
That is entirely possible.
But Soul Cold might also technically be in go mode here as well. Well, with minus sword, yeah, we can go and we have everything we can do to beat Meyer. So technically, we're in go mode once Soul Cold finds the other sword. But that's still lampless Meyer with 9 hearts.
Lampless Meyer, not the most fun thing in the world, but as I've been saying, I wouldn't put it past any of these players. It's certainly not in my skill set, though.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a lot nicer with silvers that these runners can get, you know, because it takes 10 silvers to stop Victorious. But still something you don't want to do.
There's DJ Darkwing picking up his Master Sword out of Paradox Cave. He still has not found Ether or the flute, so he's going to be looking around for another dungeon that he can beat other than Skull Woods.
DJ doesn't have hammer or cane or ether or flute. So no go mode for DJ.
No, Meyer is definitely not on the table for him. He's going to be looking for something else or finding those items.
Hopefully we see a menu check from DJ here soon. Like, where can our hammer be? Hammer could be in Meyer, I guess. Could be in the front of Skull Woods here. GFE is going to the front of Skull Woods right now.
Now that we have the flippers, it could even be tucked away in Pendant Ice Palace.
True, you hate to find the hammer in Ice Palace also.
Not having the hammer is one of those things that can make Icebreaker a little less appealing, since you need it to get that guaranteed small key. If one of the two chests you can check doesn't have one, you're in a bit of trouble.
Well, 5 rupees in the pit room.
Looks like a heart container on the desert ledge, probably not going to be picked up anytime soon.
Bumper ledge is also nothing, just 3 bombs. Yep, Soul Coal is in go mode minus lamp. Depends on how confident Soul Coal is with the Meyer basement.
Having opted out of the area for the moment, you would have to think that he's looking for something a little easier or something to make the dungeon itself a little easier.
Well, now he has Master Sword that makes the enemies a little bit easier to kill.
Gamma picking up his ether with a casual 35-minute stroll into the Uncle Tunnel.
And this hammer is quite buried this seed.
And now we say that, but by the same token, we could be looking for the mirror, and the mirror is also evading us. Since that would get us into desert. Or Hera, depending on which one you want to do.
Not for the hammer, I think more people might want to do desert because they can zero cycle with the fire rod. You know, Moldor with less than a hammer or temper sword is something a lot of runners don't like to do. If hammer's on pyramid, these runners can just kern jump and just ignore Agus altogether still.
It appears that Darkwing is going to give us a sick kid check and then probably turn the Smith in, who's been following him for a little while now. Just bombs from the poor kid in his bed. Probably shouldn't be letting him play with explosives anyway. We'll hang on to those and put them to good use.
And then you just walk away, you get into the next screen, you hear a... It was only half his stash. Well, the dwarfs gives you a piece of heart.
Never feels good when you choose to do mirrorless smiths and the smiths hand you a piece of heart. If you're lucky, maybe the purple chest pays out. We've got Sulkol doing a bit of swimming around. It looks like he's going to go make the man under the bridge check.
And technically, go mode is when the runners are just going to go straight to where they need to go to. So while they have the items to finish the game, if the runner is not confident with their layout, it's not go mode. But if Gamachu finds Kane, then he's confident with the Mire Dark Room. He'll run straight into Mire and be done with it. No, purple chest is also nothing.
Unfortunately for Gamachu, Somaria is certainly in a more out-of-the-way location.
And that location is on DJ's side.
Of course, he still hasn't picked up his flute, so he's not going to be able to go check Mire and see that he could clear it. GFE picks up his third crystal of the match.
Yeah, so we're just now trying to find what item will open up what dungeon. And it looks like Gamachu is now going to do the Smith Chains mirrorless. Yeah, you gotta dive a dungeon now. You either dive Mire or you... actually, I think Mire's the only dungeon these runners can dive. Yeah. Lamp has to be in Mire. Like, process of elimination, Lamp has to be in Mire right now.
Did
we've
we
seen all the
already?
other checks.
Did we already see the map in Escape? I'm wondering if we've seen the Dark Cross
We've seen
chest.
Dark Cross. We've seen Dark Cross.
All right.
Yeah. I guess technically we can also go into Ice Palace for... It's either Ice Palace or... Mire.
Ice Palace is certainly a possibility. It looks like everybody's going to want to put it off because it's a Pendant dungeon and they'd rather not set foot in it unless they have to, though.
Yeah, we've seen all the checks, though, in the overworld. Again, if it's Ice Palace, it's really hard to do without the hammer to get the items.
At At that point, I don't know for a fact, but I wonder if it would be faster to simply do it the old-fashioned way, just because of how difficult it is to get around. Or do you go in and icebreaker for the 2 right side chests first, and then death warp on those spikes, maybe? If you don't pick up a key.
Gamma's about ready to get their cane, so Gamma's going to get their cane and do a go mode mire.
Sokol is having an argument with Mothula. Oh no, he already burned his fairy, I think.
Yep. Fought the moth and the moth won. The GFE kern jumped, so now we're in pod area. So we know Aga is not required for hammer. And
well,
we're not
unless
going
hammer is tucked away in the front of the pod.
Yeah, that's the only thing, you know, GFE needs to find to make this any kind of worth right now.
You have to wonder if it's going through his mind that maybe this was an Agaseed all along, and this is the play that's going to make the game for him.
But the thing is, there was still no lamp available, though. That's the... Like... If lamp is in either Ice Palace or Mire, then this will be a possible play, but we still don't have... Oh! Gamachu yeeted the Murder Dactyl! Yay!
Not that it was ever going to be a problem with not just the bow, but silver arrows, but we were not bow locked in pod today.
But yeah, so if you're not unfamiliar with the Go Mode Mire, Gamma's going to check 2 chests. We find the big key, we're going straight to the back. And that's what we call a God Mire. Alright, first check is nothing. Alright, so now we gotta dig deeper into this dungeon to find the big key, but on our way we might also find the items that are hidden away in this dungeon.
It's entirely possible to run into the 3rd sword here. Meanwhile, let me just say that it is really nice to see just how cleanly he goes through these rooms. I always get chewed up in mire. It feels like I lose half my health every time I blink.
Oh yeah, Mire, you know, being like the 3rd to last dungeon. You know, you're meant to be in here with like blue mail, tempered sword, 15, 16 hearts. Hammer and pod, okay.
Hammer and pod, yep.
Hammer and pod. So lamp is either in Ice Palace or Mire.
Either that or maybe
no, wait. Actually, Flipper's got you there.
Yeah, they
Never
did.
mind, Flipper's got you there. Yep. I forgot Flippers was in Mire Shed. But GFE is actually now in go mode as well and is running straight to the back to fight Helmasaur King.
Unfortunately, he never did go to Agina and does not have the red cane, so he's going to have to do the statue push.
It looks like Gamma also found the big key. So this is going to be a close race between GFE and Gamma for who's going to get first here, actually. Thing is, GFE's in a much nicer go mode.
He's going to get his refill, walk right out of the dungeon, and he can dash right over to the pyramid. Provided, of course, that it doesn't get chewed up by turtles in the dark.
That's the biggest worry here. We're in a race between two sets of dark rooms right now. We got the pod dark room and the Mire dark room. Don't worry, there's a race going on. You can't see anything. Oh, hey, thanks, GFE, your path.
And that's why we like to have the fire rod there, even if we don't have the lamp.
Ooh,
Or maybe
GFE,
especially if we don't have it.
Gamma did some spooky there. And now we just have Silver Arrow's Victorious, which is very nice.
He's starting in with full complement of 30, so I can't imagine that he's going to drop much below 19.
And then 2 more to finish off. Gamma's the first one to 4 crystals. GFE is going to hit the Helmler King 4 times with the hammer. Oh, actually switched to the arrow last second. GFE will be the first one to Ganon, just to where the dungeon is.
When you get down to 3 hearts on green mail with Helmasaur, couldn't blame anybody for pulling out the silver arrows if they have them. Meanwhile, we have Sokol picking up his 3rd crystal of the match. Getting a little revenge on Mothula for the previous death.
Gamma doesn't have the hammer. We'll have to run to the pyramid from Village of Outcast.
DJ Darkwing just stepped foot into the front of Mire and then decided to save quit out.
As said in chat, this is a race to Ganon right now. And GFE's the first one to drop down to the hole. Yep, being pointed out by one of our tractors, Professor Renderer. You know, you hug Ganon, that's all your health gone, basically. 8 hearts to hug Ganon right now. So you don't want that to happen, and you have to do 24 spin slashes to get to phase 3. But both these runners are getting some pretty nice double hits with the spin slashes, though.
Getting a little burna action out of GFE for the safety. GFE has pushed into phase 3.
And so is Gamachu. We're down to the wire with these two right now. Gamachu taking a quick healing.
As GFE pushes into phase 4.
Yeah, with the Master, you have to be kind of careful because you might actually just do a, silverless Ganon hit there. Oh! GFE was close to falling off. Gamachu is, got 1 hit. I think we're both like 1 hit to 1 hit right now. Oh, Gamachu with the triple! We have a double finisher. Get your GGs in chat for both GFE and Gamachu.
That was a really well executed fight by both of them. Gamachu made up some time, but not quite enough.
Yeah, unfortunately, GFE finished in third place, first on restream with a 51 minute, 39 seconds. Gamachu was just 5 seconds behind with a 51:44. Banta, our French champion right there, finished in first with a 47:58. And Shire snapped both GFE and Gamachu with a 51:09. And we still have 6 runners left, including DJ and Sokol here.
It appears that we are being joined now by GFE in the channel. Good game, GFE.
Hey, thanks for the GGs. Shout out to the Gamma.
Yeah, no, that was a close race between you two. Your pod dive was massive. That basically was what got you there. We're going to be joined by Gamachu here in just a second. It looks like they're in Sept. And we can say hi to both of you at once. Hey, GG, Gamma.
GGs, Gamma.
GG's.
5 seconds. 5 seconds between you guys.
At least it's the right direction. That's the way it ought to be.
Oh, was it Hammer and Pod, I assume?
Yeah.
Oh, what did he find?
Kane of Samaria.
So you did Meyer.
Yep.
Where was Samaria?
Agina's Cave. I did that right after I did Mirrorless Mist Chain.
Ooh, so basically, if you check Agina, you're free. I blame those mitts. I put off Dam until like the last thing in the Light World, and I was going to do Dam to Agina like you suggested, Gamma, but I got stopped by the mitts.
Yeah, I had the mitts. We had the flute. I already had Dark World access when I got the mitts. And I told myself, there's no way I'm going to check Agina's Cave. That's, I have all of the mountain open. I pretty much would have been go mode if I got into Kane of Samaria and then the mountain checks.
Makes me wonder if Banta did Agina's or not. I don't know.
I know he's
just been an earlier pod.
Yeah. Like, I'm a fan of doing that route early, but I don't know. I just blew it this time.
I left. I also skipped Boatlock pod, even though I knew there was still one non-small key somewhere in the front, because I knew the back was more likely to have what I needed. So that definitely made the difference between me and Gamma, and
what was that?
Pretty close to Shire. What, Gamma?
Where was the lamp again?
I don't know where.
I mean, not the lamp, but where was the big key pod?
On the broken bridge.
Oh.
So I did shooter room, got the big key there, dropped down to Stalfos, got another small key, and just decided to rush the back. And then Hammer was in dark basement.
Yeah.
No, we found ourselves the book in Meyer. If that would have gave you desert access.
I actually thought about dipping Meyer, so that might have been a better option too. Depends where the book was, I guess.
Oh wow, the book gives him another dungeon to clear. Then wow, this seed you could have really gone really.
Yeah, that's 3 different options.
Oh man, I mean,
you could have taken that cane to T-Rock if you really wanted to. Oh, it's a pendant. Never mind.
And it looks like Solkol is going to take the book out of Meyer, and rather than finishing Meyer, take it to Desert and clear that.
Yeah, Solkol actually was in, item go mode for like 30 minutes. Like he was in it 20 minutes before you guys and has been done with 3 dungeons the whole time. Has been avoiding Meyer like the plague. Probably is not comfortable with Darkroom Meyer. But it happens. It happens. Something that hopefully Sokol will learn from and will take and, learn. But yeah. So, what do you guys think of reduced crystal modes in general? Like, I know there was a discussion in the league Discord about adding reduced crystal modes as a saying for the next season ladder. Are you guys a fan of these, like, reduced crystal, multiple different options for go mode kind of seeds?
Not really. In my experience, most of the time I do play that seed with reduced crystals. The seed forces you to complete the 4 dungeons. You know, it only gives you, it's only giving you access to, certain dungeons. You're not going to be able to usually pick and choose which dungeons you want to clear. So I
Yeah,
was kind of
this one
surprised in this seed. Yeah, this one was pretty much all open. You could have finished Desert, Mire, Pod.
technically, though, depending on where Lamp was, Eastern and Meyer may not have been the logical ones. Because Eastern Big Key was vanilla.
Yeah, that's true. The lamp was probably somewhere like, I don't know, Ice Palace, somewhere silly, Swamp. No, we didn't find there.
When I got that Lamp and Flippers and saw that both Flipper dungeons were pendants, that was pretty depressing.
You hate to see that happen. Soul Cold found came really early with the Fire Rod. We were, like, thinking that Ice Palace was going to be a crystal, and that would have been good fourth dungeons for you guys as well with Icebreaker. But you guys also had to find the hammer, so.
Yeah, that hammer was a troll. But, I mean, Flippers logically got you to East Dark World, so.
Yeah, that's one screw up I did. I didn't do the Mire shit until after I went to Hype Cave. I was kind of playing it aggressive after I did the mountain checks. Because I was just, sword and either hammer, book, or mirror for go mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of gunned it to Hype Cave thinking it was going to be, something was going to be in there.
Mountain felt pretty bad. All that was on that entire mountain was a sword, I think. And the
Sword.
other bow on Old Man.
Yeah. It's kind of hard not to do that because you're going to most likely be looking for at least a sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone found the same 2 swords.
Yeah, I felt pretty bad about the mountain because I didn't do the dam and did the mountain without mitts. And then immediately after that got mitts and went straight back. So
The
that was
mountain
a
was
little
pretty
lost
barren.
time.
It's kind of bad how barren the mountain was this seed.
Not only was the mountain barren, how about that Kakariko, except for the hook shot?
Now, this would have been a neat spoil seed, though.
Yeah, because there's different paths. So I think grabbing that cane and Agana was definitely the fastest option. Depending on my big key. I don't know where that was.
Vanilla.
Oh.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
I
that's
did get
rough.
that Samaria, I would have been pretty much Gomo when I did the game. I wouldn't have done Skull. I ended up going back to Skullwoods because I kind of Gomo'd it. And
Darkwing down to 1/2 heart and beats Victorious. So I think that should be his 4th crystal as well. I think there might be a tracker misclick.
Meanwhile, Sokol did pick up his Landmola's kill and has his 4 crystals now.
Well, guys, I actually have to get off here pretty quick tonight, so GG's to everybody. Wish I could stay for the others. But thank you guys for the restream, the commentary. Thanks to our trackers, the 3X, and Professor Ender. And thanks to Gamachu for the farm.
That's fine. That's fine. Just being generous here. But yeah, I echo what Jeffrey just said. GG's. See everybody on Restream, everybody in the daily. Thanks for commentating, Restream, all that good stuff, trackers. And I'm gonna get going here.
Have a good game.
Good game again to both of you.
Later.
All right, and we have Sokol dropping into his Ganon fight right as we finish our first couple of interviews.
Yep. Yeah, DJ has cleared Skull Woods, so DJ is now also racing to their Ganon fight. Depending on if Ganon gets a kill on Sokol, we may have a close fight between DJ and Sokol. We did have one forfeit with 8 HXC Jetters. They forfeited no comment, unfortunately, but we still have 5 runners in it. But as I say, that Rooney Spism finished in 5th with an hour 2:55. Our tracker is asking for confirmation on clearing Skull Woods. If our tracker was paying attention, the tracker might have noticed that he cleared Skull Woods. Kappa.
Either that or he's going to be very upset when he reaches Phase 4 Ganon, but he just opened his menu to get to his hookshot, and I did see 4 crystals lit up. You know, Ganon says that about the light in the fridge, but have you ever had the light go out in your fridge?
No. I tend to move a lot in apartment to apartment, so I tend to not keep a fridge for long.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's just say that it's not the most convenient thing to find stuff in your fridge when the light's out. Although perhaps our runners might want to tell Ganon that it is a little early yet even on Eastern time for a midnight snack. It may in fact be time for a late pork dinner instead.
Both our runners are actually abusing Burna strats here against Ganon. Looks like Sokol's the first one out of Phase 2. DJ's having the hardest time with Phase 2. Both runners 1 hit from death.
I think Sokol has enough health that he could take a fire bat, but a Ganon hug will do him in.
Ooh, I think Sokol missed that one there.
Yeah, he did. He missed the one before that as well. He's being very careful not to hug the big hair.
Now this is another thing that happens with reduced crystal requirements. It gets a lot harder to fight Ganon because you usually fall in here with green mail.
This was certainly not the most generous seed in the wave safeties.
Alright, that's a dead pig on Sokol's side. You G's in chat. Once you get past this 1x3 parade, Sokol will be the 6th person to finish with a time of 1:05:35.
And as he does, DJ Darkwing pushes into Phase 4. Gets a free silverless hit there.
Gotta be really careful with hitting those bats. You kind of tend to get flown so far backwards with 1 hit from that. One more hit will finish off Ganon, but Magic's getting quite scarce for DJ. I think this is it.
And it is.
And GG Sokol, if you don't mind, we'll wait to see if DJ wants to join us as well, and we'll take care of both your guys' interviews at the same time.
Perfect.
So get your drink, whatever, that fun stuff. But GG to Darkwing, who finished with a 106.47. And DJ's about ready to join us in here as well. And GG Darkwing.
Yeah, I wouldn't call that GG.
I feel you.
Terribly.
The Sokol.
Is this where you
So-
yell at me?
This is where I yell at you for not doing Darkroom Meyer at 30 minutes and winning this seed by, 10 minutes over Dwayne. I don't know why I'm Banta.
Yeah,
Wow. I just had a stroke there.
I'm not good at Meyer Darkroom. So I didn't want to kill myself over and over and over again trying to do it.
That's like the
Oh, but
only
you-
good thing I did this seed was the Meyer Dark Rooms.
Maybe that's something I need to practice.
Yeah, no. That whole you were in go mode at 25 minutes or so, and it's like,
Go to Meyer, but I can't. Trust me, it was on my mind the entire time. I kept telling myself, if I only knew Meyer Darkroom, and especially with those silver arrows.
but yeah, no. So talk about the Z, guys.
Like, honestly, if I had just done my original plan, it would have turned out a lot better. The plan was just, go up to Ice Rod Cave, do the water walk, go check and see what's up in Zora area. But after Mini Moldorm Cave, I have everything I need for my first crystal, and I'm like, well, you know what? Okay, there's I'm gone. Okay, let's just go there. And if I had just stayed with the original plan, I think things would have been a lot better. But once I found that flute, I was beyond tilted.
Yeah, it happens.
And
Yeah,
that is often the trick, deciding when you're going to stop making your early game checks and start following the items you found.
Well, I mean, with the 4/4, there's so many different possibilities. All through my head, I'm going, well, if I just have the hammer, or maybe if I get the book and the flippers or something, or hell, maybe I'm gonna have to kern jump or something.
Yeah, how about that book?
Where was it?
Oh,
Meyer.
it was in Meyer, yes.
Oh, okay. I go moded Meyer, so I didn't get it. Where was the? Did anybody get the lamp?
We do not know what the lamp is.
Fair enough. Hammer?
Hammer and pod.
Okay, fair enough.
So did anyone beat Pod for that crystal?
Yep. We had GFE on Restream do that.
Grrr.
Which ones did you do, Sokol?
I did Eastern Desert, Skullwoods, and Thieves Town.
Okay, I did Eastern, Thieves Town, Meyer, and Skullwoods.
I'm going to let you guys know everyone did 3 of the same dungeons. GFE did Pod, Gamma and DJ did Meyer, and Sokol did Desert. I mean, even if you dipped Meyer early on, there was a chance that the lamp could have been there. I remember the 2018 SMZ3 tournament. We had, I can't think of his name right now. He's one of the bigger Super Metroid runners. I can't think of his name right now. Basically, not that good with Zelda 3. Only checks left were Meyer, and did not even want to go into Meyer, where the very first chest was Lamp to do Dark Meyer rooms.
Wow.
I can't.
Yeah,
think of
that's
his name.
never a good feeling.
Oh, speaking of early Meyer as well, that was another dumb thing I did.
Oath and Goods. Okay, that's it. Go ahead.
I after getting those flippers, I jumped into Meyer and went, oh, wait, no, it'll be a lot easier if I just go to Pod. And then on my way to Pod, I'm going, oh, crap, I don't even have the hammer. come to find out, I would have found it in there anyways and been able to finish it quicker.
I did wonder about that because I noted down when you opened Mire, you walked in the entrance, and then you stopped.
Yeah, I stopped and went, I don't want to deal with dark rooms. You know what? I can just leave here. I'll go get the crystal out of Skull Woods, and then I'll go to Pod, and I can like just go mode. That'll be super easier than having to deal with freaking dark rooms. I get halfway there, and my heart stops.
You have that sinking feeling.
Yeah.
No, I've forgotten something. I've had that.
But it turns out it was kind of the right play, though, after all. I mean,
Sometimes randos
going
can bail
to
you
Pod
out.
would have been the right one. Or, I could have just done Mire the first time, said F it, and, finished about 5 minutes earlier. I don't know. You live and you learn. Was a nice warm-up for the qualifier in, 45 minutes.
Yeah, that's rando.
Pretty much. So yeah, I'm gonna go chill for a bit before I gotta do that. Thank you to the restreamers, all the crew, the commentators, trackers. Y'all are so freaking awesome. Thanks for doing this for us.
Yeah, ditto here. You guys are all great.
You guys are the show. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for putting on a great show. It was a lot of fun.
All right, have a good night, y'all.
Yeah, chat, don't forget to give these guys a follow. They put on a great show, and these are some of the better runners out there. Don't forget, we do have the SG Live 2020 qualifier here in less than an hour if you want to see some more top-tier play. Just don't forget to follow all the Speed Gaming channels and our foreign language speaking channels as well. I am having the hiccups. I'm so sorry. And don't forget to follow each other because friends are friends. Anything you want to say before we end things off?
I will just reiterate everything you've said. Please give these runners all the love. They've come out and put on a great show this evening on a Friday night for everyone's benefit and enjoyment. Thank you to Kuchiri for helping me through my very first commentary. Thank you to the Third X and Professor Renderer for doing our tracking this evening. And thank you all for coming out and enjoying an evening of Link to the Past Randomizer with us.
Yeah, I look forward to doing more commentaries with you, and great first time, and yeah, all the fun stuff. Well, so yeah, we'll see you here in about 45 minutes for more Zelda action. And aside from that, I hope everyone has a great night and may the Triforce be with you.
Good night, everybody.